Hi everyone, I'm Carolina Monte and this is what's happening in Brazil. We start by updating you on the latest news from the country. The number of deaths among indigenous Yanomami people has dropped 21% between 2023 and 2024. The drop is caused by more health workers in the field, investment in infrastructure and training by the federal government. The number of professionals working in the region has increased by more than 150%. President Lula has mourned the death of former Uruguayan President José Pepe Mujica. Lula has said that Mujica's life was, quote, an example that political fight and kindness can walk together. Lula and Pepe maintained a strong friendship in the last decades. The Brazilian governor paid a visit to Pepe during Uruguay's last elections. The government contacted around 9 million people that could have been victims of a scheme that stole pensioners' money. The scheme ran for 5 years, from 2019 up to 2024, and is estimated to have stolen more than $1 billion from vulnerable pensioners. Lula's government promised to refund all those affected. The federal government will stop the eviction of the last favela in the center of São Paulo city, the Moinhos slum. Lula's government said that the use of force against the population is unacceptable, but the governor of São Paulo state resists and wants to build a park on the land, which is located in the city center and is the focus of real estate speculation. One month after the murder of the Senegalese street worker Nganye Mbaye, killed by a military police officer in the city of São Paulo, repression and police violence continue. This is the account of street vendors heard by our reporters on a visit to the area.
Look what Mayor Ricardo Nunes is doing. Look what Ricardo Nunes is doing. What dirty politics. Take a poor man's products. The police officers came in holding guns and I asked them to put them down, afraid they shoot us. Because imagine if there's one of them who's not well prepared and fires that gun at us.
Rita's words sums up the daily drama street vendors experience in the commercial area of Brás in the center of São Paulo. Workers report that police violence continues and, in some cases, has even worsened following the murder of Nganye Mbaye, a Senegalese man shot in the chest by a military police officer on April 11th. The crime sparked protests and outrage in Brazil and Senegal. Rita mourns the death of her colleague.
I have been working as a street vendor for 20 years. Never a street vendor was killed before. But since Ricardo Nunes was elected and the new governor was elected, street vendors are being killed to take their products.
Laís, who was at the site when the killing happened, was surprised with the lack of help by the police.
They didn't give him first aid. There's a health center on that street. Nurses came to give him first aid, but the police prevented them from doing so. He died there being treated like garbage from start to finish. He was beaten, he suffered racism, xenophobia, and he was killed.
The administration of Mayor Ricardo Nunes has been marked by the military presence in command posts in the subprefectures, the militarization of the Metropolitan Civil Guard, and the expansion of Operation Delegada, in which military police officers work in the city during their days off to curb illegal trade and are paid by the municipality. José Pedro dos Santos Neto, a water bottle seller, gives details of the officers' approaches.
I used to sell water bottles, soft drinks, and potato chips, but since 2023-2024, when the oppression of the Delegada police operation began, we have only been selling water bottles hidden in bags. They have already taken my water bottles, uncapped it, and spilled it all over. The police also took people's bags and threw them over the wall. as happened with a friend of mine who was working near the train station.
Workers interviewed by Brasil de Fato describe the Brás district as an area dominated by various forces. In addition to the police, there are reports of militias and shopkeeper interests, creating an environment of constant tension. A couple of weeks ago, Edneide Aparecida Rodrigues was shot dead on her doorstep in front of her daughter. She was leaving home, preparing to go to work at a street market in São Paulo. The city's civil police are investigating whether the crime is related to a statement Edneide gave a few months ago against a militia operating in Brás. The lack of formalization of street vendors' work created a scenario of desperation and illegality in the region. The workers are no longer able to acquire the so-called term of permission to use, also known as TPU, and face difficulties in accessing the Tô Legal program designed to regularize the activities of street vendors in the city of São Paulo, as Laís explains.
The Tô Legal program doesn't work on many streets here. I went there yesterday and they don't have a work permit, so it's difficult for us. The police seized my trolley and beat me up, so we ran. When we went to get back the goods, they refused to give them to us. I even had personal documents among the belongings they took from me. I filed a complaint with the ombudsman to go and collect my stuff. When I went to check, the goods were incomplete. They stole designer
According
blouses,
to
card
street
machines.
vendors, even the seizure of closed products has become normal. Negani's products are still being held at the Moca subprefecture 3 weeks after the Senegalese's death. His compatriot Mamadou has routinely come to Descomplica's headquarters to try to recover his colleagues' products and deliver them to his family.
A gente fez reunião com o vice-prefeito.
We met the vice mayor on Monday and Tuesday. Everybody knows what happened in Brás district. We asked him for help to prevent it from happening.
The community of street vendors in Brás, made up of Brazilians and immigrants of various nationalities, hopes that the dialogue with the city hall will result in concrete measures to guarantee safety and the possibility of working without fear. However, this reality still seems far away, as Haitian street vendor Kateli Charles denounces.
Every day they have a gun up, every day. We don't sell drugs, we don't steal, we are workers.
The 5th edition of the National Agrarian Reform Fair in the city of São Paulo ended in May 11. Almost 600 tons of food were produced by many cooperatives from all over the country. Around 300,000 people visited the fair to experience the diversity of agroecology.
The Landless Rural Workers Movement, known as MST, built an agroecological city in São Paulo with spaces for training, cultural activities, a children's area, selective food collection, and healthy food for the population. In the early hours of the morning before the beginning of the event, food trucks drew attention as they made their way towards the Água Branca Park. A collective effort was made to build the 5th National Agrarian Reform Fair, which took place between May 8th and 11th and sold 580 tons of food produced by settlers and cooperatives from all over Brazil. Ivaneide Pereira was one of the marketers in the fair, showing her handmade art from the Osiel Pereira settlement in the state of Paraíba, northeastern Brazil.
I came from Paraíba to show our products here. I'm from the MST, and I came here to join the fair and sell the clay products we made. My daughter does the painting. We have pots, mugs, filters, plants, and a variety of family farming products. It's an immense pleasure to be here and take part in the Agrarian Reform Fair.
One of the highlights of the fair was Culinária da Terra, a restaurant with typical dishes from Brazilian states produced with agroecological ingredients. Ellen Santos, an MST settler, talks about the food from her state, Alagoas, in northeastern Brazil.
We are here at the Earth's culinary space at the 5th Agrarian Reform Fair. The state of Alagoas is presenting its cultural heritage, sururu, as well as crab fillet, the so-called old chicken, and our beloved buchada dish.
Maria de Lourdes is a settler from the state of Piauí, also in northeastern Brazil, who produces organic honey.
All the products here are agroecological and organic, such as munduri honey, an endangered natural honey. Our honey is different. Why? Because here you'll only find honey that is 100% natural and from the Caatinga biome, from the state of Piauí in the semi-arid region of northeast Brazil.
The fair was built by the landless workers themselves. They organized everything, from cleaning and decorating the spaces to offering more than 1,800 products. The fair goers celebrate the chance to show the population of the country's largest city the fruits produced as part of the struggle for land throughout Brazil. Around 300,000 people visited the site during the event, which also had cultural activities.
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We'll see you next week.